Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we will be installing the OEM splash guards, mud guards for the 2022 GR86. And we will also be installing the JDM side markers, the clear side markers for the GR86. All right, let's get started. All right guys, so we got a couple of boxes here. This first one is going to be the splash guards. So there is the part number, and the other boxes are the side markers. So you got two part numbers here, so make sure you order both if you're trying to get the side markers. There's a bunch of websites that sell them, so I'm not going to name anybody in particular. Just Google those numbers and you'll get what you need. So starting off with the splash guards, you will find that they are individually labeled front and rear, and you're going to get two bags of hardware for these. The one labeled 19 is for the front and the one labeled 20 is for the rear. All right, next up we got the JDM clear side markers. So the one labeled with 00 at the end is going to be your passenger side, and the one labeled 10 at the end is going to be your driver's side. These are the tools that we're going to need to do these installs. So we just got some various size Phillips and flathead screwdrivers. We have an 1/8 inch drill bit. We have a 5/16 drill bit. I have a ratchetable 10 millimeter wrench. You can use a socket wrench if that's all you got. Plastic trim removal and a black Sharpie. All right, so this is the area we're gonna be working in. Obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and remove my wheel just to make it easier for myself. If you can get away with not doing that, that's gonna be up to you. So we're gonna get started with the front splash guard first. What we're gonna do is we're gonna remove both of these pop clips here from the fender liner, and we're gonna pull it away. And we are also going to be drilling down here on the body. So just make sure you wipe away any grime or whatnot that might be on that fender liner before you get started. All right. All right, go ahead and grab your plastic trim piece remover. If you don't have one of these, just use a flathead screwdriver, but just, be careful because these plastic pieces tend to mar very easily. All right, get both of those out. See, there's a bunch of rocks in here. Just get all that stuff out. Make sure it's nice and smooth and clear. Okay. So we're going to be using both of these holes here for the mounting hardware. So go ahead and grab your mounting hardware bag. Now, as I explained earlier, you're going to want to grab the bag that ends in 319. This is your front mount hardware. All right. Inside you have, well, you're gonna have more than this. You're gonna have, I already did the other side, so We got 3 Phillips screws here. And then you have these 3 little mounting brackets that we're gonna use. The smallest is gonna be for the hole that we're gonna drill. So grab the second biggest and the biggest brackets. So the biggest bracket is gonna go here, mounted on the lower hole. Oh, side note, so the side that's bulging out is the side that's going to face the back of the car. You want the opening side to be facing out. Right, there's that one. Grab your other one, flip this around, and that's the one that's gonna go there. Okay, we might have to adjust this when we put the screw in, but that's okay. Basically, that's how it's gonna go. And now, what you're gonna wanna do is go ahead and grab your splash guard and that black Sharpie that I mentioned earlier. So these are individually labeled for what side of the car they go on. Front right is gonna be on the passenger side, which is the side that we're working on right now. Okay. So you're just going to mock it up there, and I think I can get the bottom screw in first, just so that we can have it being held in place. All right, just gonna thread that in lightly. Okay. So now this is where the Sharpie is gonna come into play. All right, guys, go ahead and crawl underneath the car, and you're gonna see where you need to drill there. Okay, so this is pretty much sitting where it's going to sit. So we're gonna grab our black Sharpie, right? And all we're gonna do is we're gonna mark in the center of that. It doesn't have to be perfect, don't worry about that. It's just, we need to know where the mounting bracket is going to go. And it's going to slide here in between this cover and the body of the, or this side skirt rather. That is where your little bracket is going to go. All right, so once you've marked the hole that we are going to drill, go ahead and remove the splash guard off of the car. Grab your 1/8 inch drill bit and put it on a drill gun. There is the mark that we made with our Sharpie. So go ahead and grab your drill gun and tap into it. Just go slowly. There's no need to put too much force to drill into that. Okay, grab the last bracket from the kit. That's the smallest one. So that is what it's gonna look like once you've installed the bracket. So you're just gonna slide it in between the side skirt and this plastic piece that's back here. Might have to push it in kind of hard, but just align it, put it right in the center, and grab your splash guard again. All right, so grab your Phillips screws again and your splash guard. I'm gonna line up these holes. Just going to hand thread them first. All right. Grab your Phillips screwdriver and go ahead and tighten them down all the way this time. Okay. Now grab your last Phillips screw, and we are going to fasten this to the hole that we drilled in the bracket at the bottom. All right, so there you have it. That is how you install the passenger side front splash guard. Now let's work our way to installing this side marker. Okay, so we're going to be removing 3 pop clips from this area. 1, 2, and 3 right there. All right, go ahead and grab your plastic trim piece remover again. And in the center of each of these pop clips, there's like a little button. So go ahead and use pointed side of your trim remover and just press directly in the center, and then use the edge to just lift off. You could do it with a flathead screwdriver again, but it's up to you however you want to do it. Now we're going to pull back this splash guard. You can see inside here there is the power connector that we were going to remove, and we are also going to remove that 10mm nut. To remove that, you just got to squeeze this little tab here at the top. Now I have my ratchetable wrench. All right, once you've got the nut off, there's 2 tabs that you're gonna wanna pinch to get the side marker off. You got one right here, and you got the other right there. Okay, there's one, the other. See if I can do this with one hand without dropping it. Let me set this guy down. Okay, bottom tab, push up on that bottom tab, and get your side marker out. So go ahead and grab your JDM clear side marker. All right, here's our JDM's clear side marker. Go ahead and just pop this guy into place, just like that. Now you're going to grab your 10mm nut that we removed, and you're gonna put that back onto that post. Now you might find that this nut was really tight. I don't know why they would make it so tight on a plastic piece, but that's how it was. So once you got it on there, go ahead and snug it up with your 10mm. All right, you don't gotta gorilla it, should be good. Go ahead and put all of your pop clips back on. Just a little tip when you're putting these 3 pop clips back in, make sure that the little button is sticking out before you put it back into place, and then just snap that button back on. And that is the installation of the front splash guard and our JDM side marker on the passenger side. So now let's work our way to the rear. Okay guys, so we got the rear up in the air because unlike the front, you don't get a choice whether you're going to remove your wheel in the back or not. You're going to have to, because the area that we're going to drill is here in this area and also underneath the bumper. So go ahead and get your car up on jack stands and remove that rear wheel. Alright, so similar to the fronts, we're going to grab our splash guard that is labeled rear right, meaning your passenger side. You're just going to place it on there, just mock it up, and then you can see where we're going to have to use our Sharpie again and mark those holes here in the front. So go ahead and do that first. Alright guys, so there you can see it. We got both of our areas marked where we are going to drill with the 1/8 inch bit. If you haven't already, just wipe this area down again, you know, before you put the splash guard. You don't want any grime or anything like that up there. So go ahead and do that if you didn't already do it. So like the last time, you don't have to use too much force to get these holes drilled. However, you do want the hole to go through the back of this fender liner here. So make sure when you drill, go all the way through so that you can also grab that fender liner. Alright, got our holes drilled now. Now you're going to want to grab your hardware kit, and this is the one that is labeled 320. This is your rear hardware kit. And we got similar style of the mounting brackets. You have, you can see, you got 2 Phillips. You have 2 pop clips, and then you have 2 of the mounting brackets similar to the ones that we used on the front, except these are both the same size. Go ahead and slide that in. Just make sure they're centered. I mean, just do it as good as you can. All right. So there we got both of those on there. And if we grab our splash guard, you can mock it up there, and you should be able to see the holes pretty much in the center. You can, you know, position this to match your holes as best as you can, but you kind of want it, you know, straight up. Just try to get it as straight as you can. All right. So we got our Phillips screws. Just going to hand thread that in first. I'll tighten those down. Okay. All right, so we got the 2 screws on there. Right here, you can see where we are going to have to drill. And this is where we're going to use the 5/16 bit. And then the other bit, or the other hole that we're going to drill, is underneath here. Okay, so grab your drill gun with the 5/16 bit mount it on there, and underneath there is where we are going to drill with our 5/16 bit. We can just drill right through that hole, so just make sure you use the right size drill bit to get in there. Okay, so now that the hole has been drilled, go ahead and grab one of the pop clips from the kit and go ahead and pop it into your fresh hole that you just made. Just like that. Now the last one that we got to get to, the one I showed you guys earlier, we just got to drill into that. And this one's a little tricky depending on the drill that you use. Mine's fairly large, so when you try to, you know, get into here, it kind of don't fit. So the way that I did the other side was I just held my drill upside down this way, and then I just popped the hole real quickly. So let's do that. Just like that. Now grab your other pop clip, go ahead and set it into place, and you are done. So that is how you install the rear passenger splash guard. See, it wasn't too bad. It's nice and secure. So now all you gotta do is repeat all the steps to get your front and rear driver's side splash guards plus your JDM clear side marker installed.
Alright YouTube, so that's gonna wrap it up for this tutorial. I hope you guys found it helpful. Shout out to Toyota for not leaving us install instructions on these splash guards, which kind of forced me to do this to try to help you guys out. So hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, and turn that notification bell on because we do got more installs coming your way. So I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.